Welcome, guys and gals. It's been a long time. Mark McCormick here. Y'all know who it is. Today we're going to go across some interesting topics. We're going to talk about a few things as it relates to deception. And we're also going to talk about some things as it relates to sneakiness. We're going to cover deception. We're going to cover sneakiness and manipulation. Okay, so we're going to talk about those things, and we're going to talk about more. We're just going to have a little fun. We're going to do a little, we're going to do a little un poquito para aquí, un poquito para allá. You see what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying. We're going to do a little bit of that, and then we're going to do a little bit of cacacoaica. Okay? We're going to do a little cacacoaica. Okay. Now, getting right into it. Just to bring you guys abreast on things. It's been it's been a lot going on, as you guys know. We had many cases and stuff going on last year or whatever, which pretty much came to their conclusion. So now we're in the 2021. We're in the new year, and them bitches mad, they wanna hurt me. Y'all know that song? I like that song. Who sang that? That Megan Thee Stallion? Yeah, that was hot. But anyway, we're gonna get into some topics. First of all, I want to start by talking about just simple deception. Understanding deception is important. Understanding deception is important, and I want to speak about that because deception can come in many different forms, and it can come from many different angles, okay? It could come from a stranger, it could come from a family member, it could come from a friend, it could come from anybody, you see what I mean? But the most effective type of deception happens to people that are related, okay? The most deception happens between people that are related because there is a certain amount of trust there by default. You see what I mean? There's enough trust there by default. Now, this is what I believe in. I always share my philosophies with y'all and tell y'all, what my philosophies are and what I believe is the way to do things. And to me, trust is just like love. You don't just go around giving it out. It has to be something that is first earned, and then there has to be work done continuously to keep it earned. Quite like, if you buy a big mansion, you might have acquired the mansion and you might have bought it, but you have to be able to maintain it as far as like the grass, the dusting, and all of that stuff. So, it pretty much go hand in hand. But on the levels of trust and love, those are things that you build upon. And so those are earned every day by the interaction and the time spent, etc., etc. For example, how many of you guys or gals, how many of you have seen someone do something for their friend faster than they do it for a relative? Let me break that down. The reason why is a lot of times we regard family as people that we spend the most time with, okay? Subconsciously, the subconscious mind recognizes family as the people who we spend the most time with. So if you're not spending the right adequate amount of time with a relative or a person, individual, then there's nothing that's being built. Everything should be built upon, in my eyes, as it relates to trust and love. Now, this is important for many different reasons. This is very important for many different reasons because, we're living in a time where we have master deceivers, they think they master deceivers, and we have them running around, running rampant, okay? So it's important to be smart. It's important to be aware. It's important to stay ready. You see what I mean? It's important to do that because you never know when a deception is going to be sent to your door, or you never know when there's going to be an attempted deception placed upon you. You know what I'm saying? Especially by somebody that you already love or trust, you know. And I could smell a breach from 1,000 miles away. I could smell a breach from 1,000 miles away because I'm a detector. I can detect that shit. So it's like, whatever. But anyways, we're going to go on to talk more about a little bit about the law. So we talked a little bit about deception. We talked a little bit about trust. And the main thing that I wanted to touch on with that is trust is built. And just because you trusted somebody once upon a time, okay, doesn't mean that you always trust. The trust have to be re-earned, just like you have to renew the tags on a car, just like you have to renew your license. Trust has to be renewed constantly, and if it's not renewed, all right, then the trust starts to be faded down. That's how I operate in my world. I don't just go around just trusting people, okay? And I'm very suspicious. I'm a very suspicious person of everything. You have to be today because this is a dangerous world that we live in. You know, you got a lot of people being slick, trying to play games and do slick shit. You know what I mean? But anyways, so those are the things about trust and love. You have to build on those, and that's something that's continuously earned. You know, trust and love is rented. And it has to be constantly, rent has to be paid every day. Oh no. Okay? So I want y'all to understand that. Don't y'all be going around just trusting people because you just think, oh, that's a sweet person. Because that sweet person can be the same sweet person to take your ass up out of here. Alright? Alright? So let's understand that. Okay? And then another thing I want to talk about this law. I want to talk about the law as it relates to the individuals taking the law in their own hands. Like I told you guys many months ago and a couple years ago, I advised that as we go into the future, okay, as we get more and more in the future, it's going to reflect that individuals want to be their own litigants. You know, because people are on to the games. The games have been going on in some of these courts, not all of them, but the games have been going on and litigants have been being abused, and then they have been abused outside of court, you know, which affects what happens in court, if you know what I mean. So that's why I can respect the state of Arizona. The state of Arizona has had a new article in the Arizona Republic, which I found to be very interesting. I was very happy when I seen it, because what it does is it puts the power back in the little guy's hand, and the little guy should always have some sort of power. He shouldn't be absolutely powerless, because then we have a unbalanced society. But I want to show you something. This is I know you guys probably can't see it. This is Arizona Central, AZ Central. It says that this is their newspaper. And it says, you no longer have to be a lawyer to practice law in Arizona. That's good and bad. And it says, opinion. New rules in Arizona allow non-lawyers to practice law and invest in law firms. There may be benefits, but also plenty of unintended consequences. So, you know, they're going back and forth about their opinion on that. And I think that the whole country is going to adopt this precedence. They're going to adopt that. The rest of the states is going to take heed to that, because that's the way that system was designed, for not only attorneys to be able to go into the court, but for regular people to be able to go into the court. And as I specifically told you guys over and over again, that the lawyers are a component of the court. So a lawyer is created for an incompetent person. All right? They're created for an incompetent person. So, they're basically acting as a babysitter. When, a legal babysitter to babysit to make sure certain things get done the way they need to be done. All right? So, I think Arizona is turning a new leaf and setting a good precedent. And I love it. And I think the rest of the states will follow suit because there's a lot of abuse. It's more and more and more coming out about the abuses of the litigants. I can't count how many litigants then sent me emails. They were abused like this. They were abused like that. And there will come a day and a time that regular people will be going into these courts and just kicking ass. Okay, because as I stated before, you have laws and then you have rights. Okay? You have laws and then you have rights. Okay? So you have the Constitution here. The United States Constitution is here. Then you have the state constitution. So this is the order it goes in. The United States Constitution, rights. United States constitutional rights. So United States Constitution, United States constitutional rights. State constitution, and then laws. Okay? All right? Those laws are inferior. Okay? The supreme law of the land is the United States Constitution. Y'all need to know that. Y'all need to understand that. You need to swim in that. Okay? You need to swim in it. But again, I know I spent a long time away. I had a lot of things I had to handle. I was very busy. There's a lot going on. Okay? I started a shoe line. So, I got shoes out and all of that. So, I've been working a lot. I've been very, very busy. Extremely busy. So, if you guys have any questions or concerns, you can enter them in the comment section. Again, I just wanted to grace y'all with my beautiful presence, and I wanted to just give y'all a little update on this thing that's going on in Arizona that is about to give regular people the ability to start their own law firms and charge money and practice law. That's how it needs to be done in the first place. All right? Because last time I thought monopolies was illegal. So, again, that's very, 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 very important. And as far as me, I'm feeling good, relaxing, about to eat something real good and chill out. So if you have any questions or concerns, I had a lot of people emailing me and sending me messages over the last week, asking what I'm doing. And what I'm doing is I'm living. That's what I'm doing. Okay? So with that being said, all constitutional rights invoked. Now wait, and we out of here.